So today we are going to make the most delicious chocolate cake. This will not only contain the naked style cake, but it have a chocolate sponge cake. Inside it will have a chocolate fudge, a chocolate crunchy part, and some marshmallow as well. If you enjoy eating chocolate as I am, please make this cake because this will be so delicious. So before we are going to make the actual cake, let's make the chocolate fudge sauce first. This will be added to the cake later, so you can use this as a cream between the layer and also into the cake to increase the chocolatey flavor. In a saucepan, I'm just gonna add in my cream, sugar and my glucose. Turn on the flame, and while mixing it, we're just gonna gently mix it until it reaches its boiling point, and then we can stop. This will happen very quickly, about 1 to 2 minutes, so pay attention so you don't overheat the sauce. And then we are just gonna pour it into the first chocolate and just let it sit for 1 minute. This sitting set will have to increase the shininess of the sauce after. And then we're just gonna mix everything until everything is combined and there's no like cocoa lump yet. Look at how shiny the chocolate fudge is. And next we are going to make the chocolate butter. In a mixing bowl, I'm just gonna beat my butter with my sugar until everything is combined. We will mix the butter at medium speed or until all the sugar has dissolved into the butter and the butter turn a little bit pale yellow. Then change the machine to low medium speed, and then we're just gonna gradually add in the egg and just gonna mix until everything is combined. Remember to add in egg one by one because egg contain egg yolk which is the fat, so if you add it too quickly the butter will separate and you won't get a very beautiful mixture. And then while in low speed either, we're just gonna gradually add in all of the other liquid. Mix at high speed for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the batter has become once. After that, I'm just gonna gently sifting all of my powder into it and just gonna mix for about 45 seconds. Remember, you don't want to over mix at this step, just mix until there is no lump yet. Over mixing the batter will not only creating gluten which might soften the cake when you bake it, but also it reduces the effect of the baking powder which will make the cake rise like a little bit shorter when you bake it, so please don't over mix the batter. And then in a preheated oven, I'm just gonna bake my cake for like 180 Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the cake should become out like this. With a look, it might look like a little bit like a brownie, and it also tastes a little bit like a brownie either, but it could be like a lighter version of a brownie, so it could combine with the chocolate fudge later. It could be so delicious, trust me. And to make an extra layer of dimension when you are eating it, I'm just gonna make some simple chocolate crumb. By adding some cocoa powder into the mixture, not only it could increase the chocolatey of the cake, and also adding some bitterness to the cake, we could balance the sweetness of the overall cake and make the cake so much more delicious, as well as some crunchy part too. And then bake it at 120 Celsius for 20 minutes or until it comes out like this. And when it's still hot, just using a spoon and just gonna like separate into smaller pieces. And then I'm just gonna toss it with some milk powder. For this recipe, you can also using white chocolate if you prefer that, but I actually a fan of the dark chocolate. And the higher the cocoa percentage in the chocolate, the better the cake crumb will be. When the outside has setting, it will create like a little bit chocolate crunch to it and it could taste so good. And after all of the preparations, now is the time for us to reassemble the cake. Using a round mold, I'm just gonna cut the cake into 3 equal pieces. And to prevent the cake from sticking to the mold, I'm just gonna add in some sticky outside. This will help to make the cake easier to remove later. And because this will be a naked style chocolate cake, so in order for the cake to not be dry out when we leave it out in the air, I'm just gonna soak every layer with a lot of milk, and for the chocolate fudge to be spread easier when we add it to the layer, you should warm it up. I actually warm it in the microwave for like 5 to 10 seconds, and when it become a little bit loose like this, and I'm just gonna add it in. I find it way more easier. And because this is a chocolate cake, so we cannot forget about the perfect combination. A very traditional but perfect is marshmallow and chocolate. And after that, it's just about repeating our process until everything is combined. The chocolate fudge that I made today is actually the ratio is not enough, so if you want to make a 3-layer cake, you should like double the sauce, so in order for us to be able enough to make all the cake like this. After everything has assembled, I'm just gonna leave it in the fridge for at least 3 hours or until everything is combined. And then after that we can remove from the acidic outside. Normally it would be easier for us to remove the outside if the cake inside it had left in the freezer and it completely freeze, but I find if I left the cake in the freezer, the chocolate on the top will be lost its shininess and it might look not so good. On top of the cake, I'm just gonna decorate with some fresh raspberry and some fresh blueberry as well. And of course, we cannot celebrate a cake without some candle. Thank you for watching until this moment. If you enjoy watching this video, please consider to like, subscribe to my channel so I have more motivations to create more beautiful birthday cake like this. Goodbye.